Hello, everybody. Good evening. Great to have you here. I'm seeing the chat area is on fire. If you can hear me, put your fire emoji in the chat area. Let's see your fire emoji in the chat area. Amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that this is happening, and everybody, like we are already at 100 people right now. We are already at 100. If at any point you cannot join back, maybe because of network or anything, that the link to the YouTube channel is there. You can use that link and join on YouTube. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Bala Musa from Gombe. Great to have you. Thank you, Famayemi. Famayemi, I like your name, the branded name. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Bumi. Thank you, Charles. Mr. Charles, welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Hey, Fatima, great to have you. Okay, okay, okay. Brilliant. Thank you, Olalekon. Thank you, Usman from Oyo State. Great to have you. Thank you, Amechi. All right, so today is going to be an amazing session, and I have a co-host here. In fact, our primary host. I'm going to give her a grand welcome as she comes to take over from me, and you are going to be learning a lot on this platform about Farm Monitor and the opportunity that is about to be presented to everybody here. So I'm going to quickly hand over to Sophie to take over from me as we start this session. Hello, Sophie, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good evening. Sorry. I think it's the NEPA issue. So we're having a blackout in my state. Hi, everyone.
Hello, good to have you.
So I might not be able to leave my video on. I'll just turn it off at some point. Hi, everyone. Where are you all chatting from? I think I can see lots of people from different countries. Abuja, Port Harcourt, Aliyu, okay, from Jigawa, Kenny from Canada. You're all welcome to our webinar on farm optimization using AI. Okay. Idika from Rivers. So it's a pleasure to have you all this evening. And I'm actually going to be your anchor for the evening. So you'll be seeing more of my face at intervals. So our order for the program is not much, but it's actually very concise and detailed, because we wouldn't want to take so much of your time. But at the same time, we would want to give you guys the whole build up for the seminar. So there's going to be some sessions, and at the end of it all, if you have questions, keep jotting them down as our presenters take their sessions one after the other. So you just get your notepads and pens and jot down your questions, your observations, and maybe suggestions as well. And when it's time for the Q&A, you drop in your question. Meanwhile, you can write your expectations for this webinar on the chat box. I'll read through them. Let's see But our main objective for tonight, for this particular webinar, is to give you people an insight into the use of AI in farm optimization. And we also have a very big package for everyone at the end of this webinar, especially for those people that are upcoming farmers and agripreneurs, smallholder farmers, young men and women that are being encouraged to go into agriculture, agribusiness, agri-tech, agro-communication, agroecology, and all that. So because the value chain, the whole sector is actually very wild. So please just drop your questions, and we'll be having few interesting presenters for tonight. I call them few, but they are very interesting. We'll be having, I don't know whether you guys know Naija Farmer. Naija Farmer, the popular Naija Farmer is going to be here, and Farmer Akin Labitu will be here. You should all know him. He's one that wrote a book on digitization of agriculture. And I think he has another book again that is about to launch. So, and we'll be hearing from Ms. Esther too, who is a seasoned extension agent on the field, and also from the Odogu, the founder and CEO of Farm Monitor, that will be introduced later into the session to us. And we'll also be hearing from Mr. Richard, the money maker. He has something special for you all. So please, as we come in, let's indicate where we are coming from. And I want to see your expectations for the evening. Tell me what you are looking at as you were registering for this webinar. What were your expectations when you had AI farm optimization? What were you all expecting? Let me see it in the chat box. You can read through them. Mr. Richard, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so I don't know, our speakers, I think they should be, let me check. I hope they are here at the moment.
Okay, so please, just as we are waiting for our speakers, please make sure that you hang in here to the end of this session. There's going to be something we are going to be revealing to you at the end of this session. It's going to be powerful. We want to round this up in the next, we have spent 10 minutes, so we want to be ending in the next 70 minutes. Okay, so first off, we want to be starting with Sophia is going to be, Sophia, who's our host, is going to be helping us to improve farming. So basically, so that is where we are going to be starting from. Sophia, are you?
Yes, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm your uncle for the night.
Sorry?
As I'm still here, I'm your uncle for the night too. All true. I'm still here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So let me take, I'll talk about the why.
The theory of change using AI.
Yeah, using AI. So I'm just going to give little basics. I know most of us here might be already, they are ready-made farmers, existing entrepreneurs or agripreneurs, and then the upcoming ones. So before now, a lot of extension work and farm management practices are being done manually. So, but with each passing day, each passing season, researchers are always looking for how to evolve and see the best way to make agriculture much better and get more productivity yield from our cropping systems. So there's been a lot of introductions. There's been a lot of technology to be adopted. A lot has been coming up, a lot of platforms. In fact, I know that there are other apps that will be saying, okay, You can use this to manage your farm from planting to the end. But because we've not really gotten that satisfaction, and as I said, evolution is key. It keeps happening every day. People keep looking at how to make things simpler. That's why we have gotten to where we are. And today, what's in vogue now is artificial intelligence. And our agri sector is not left behind. So we're now looking at how to use AI to optimize farm productivity, yield and productivity. And I can tell you that the why we have to use AI is because there's a problem. And that's why that's what it's coming to solve. And the problem is, if I'm going to list them, there are actually more, but there are key issues why we need to adopt AI to optimize farm productivity, which is because we need real-time visibility for what's happening on the farm. So for instance, you are abroad and you have a farm here in Nigeria, and you want to know what's happening there. We are looking at how, okay, even if they are going to be working, you want to see what they are doing with the time. You put farmers on the field. You want to, okay, how many times are they going to the farm? How much you're going to be paying them? What you are expecting? You're able to predict your yield that, okay, with all this that have been done from land preparation to planting to chemical application, this is what you are expecting. So that's what this AI is going to be doing. Been doing these things before, but they are actually in a manual way. But AI is going to be optimizing it, making it like an automated system where there's predictability, and then you now give it your 100%, and it's even able to give you guide, because anything that brings leads to prediction, there are guides to tell you have to do it this way. If you must get to number 10, you have to start here and get to this and get to that. So there are a lot of indices that has to be. Somebody is raising their hand. Is there a question? Please drop it in the chat box. I'll read through. I can see the name. Is it Davoid? Sorry if I didn't pronounce it well. Just drop it in the chat box. Let me see. Oh, okay. I can see some expectations, specific areas of, okay, I think we'll come back and discuss this. So that's the why. So to optimize farm productivity. So you get real-time data, you know what's happening on your farm. You're able to say, okay, this farm has been mapped. This is what it looks like. This is the topography of the area. This is the soil profile. These are the coordinates. You get them. And when you run the algorithm in the system, it's now telling you that, Sophie, at the end of the day, this amount of tons, the tonnage you're going to get from your farm. Unlike when we do that whole planting, you just plant and then you come to the farm, whatever happens, you just say, okay, you're trying to tackle it. But with AI, it can predict, oh, there's going to be rainfall, so they don't go to your farm. Oh, if you want to plant after this rainfalls. And it's going to be humid. If you want to do transplanting, you can do transplanting on Sunday, because the weather is going to be humid. You can do it at Sunday, and so that's it. So now it's going to optimize and boost resource use efficiency. So when you spend your savings to get your farm inputs and you're applying them, you are sure that you are using them to optimum. So you maximize your resources and you're able to minimize cost of production. So let me read through our expectations and see, so that I'll jot them as our speakers come on board. They're able to also read through them. So I'm taking this one from Tekuma. It says, my expectations, the role of AI in farm optimization. That's how AI would make our farming easier and profitable. Specific areas of AI adoption in agriculture, available packages I can leverage on. This number 3 is very interesting. So we are still going to be showing that as part of the highlight for this webinar. So some of these expectations will be met as soon as our speakers are in the room. Niger Farmer and Farmer Akinlabi. Okay, how AI can be used for planting till harvesting over hectares of land for storage. Oh, okay, that's nice. Like I said, if you want to use AI, you're going to start from soil mapping, the predicability is going to give you real-time data, and you also be able to get reliable data. Because sometimes when you get data that's not reliable, it affects your results as well, and the decision making, which is very, very key. Because if somebody goes manually to do soil mapping and comes and is not able to get all the data needed, all the necessary information gathered, that means you'll not be able to make the best decision. Okay, I think one of our speakers is in the house, is already here. So I'll take note of the expectations, and as we keep going, we can still talk more. So I'm very certain that at the moment, most of you already know the why we have to introduce AI in farm optimization, because we want to get high yield and productivity, because it enables us get reliable data, real-time insight into what's happening in the farm. There's prediction. You're able to effortlessly manage your farm, and it's also a guide, and also aids resource use efficiency, maximizes resources efficient, maximizes our resources that we actually introduce in the farm, invest into the agri-business or agri-project, and helps us reduce cost of production. So Niger Farmer, Mr. Lanre, you are welcome to the house. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Hope today was
thanks, Sophie.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and good evening to everybody. My name is Akintobi Olanrewaju. I the CEO of Lance Farms in Abuja, and they call me Niger Farmer on Twitter. Thank you.
Okay. So Niger Farmer is a seasoned agri-extension specialist. And you just heard him say he's a CEO, so he has been on the field for long. So the other day I saw him on Twitter, he was talking about the criteria for extension agent. And I'm like, oh, I passed all these criteria. And one of them is being a BDSP, Business Development Service Provider. And which is why another reason you need AI, because it will help you make the best agribusiness decision when you get reliable data. Welcome. Good evening, sir. So I don't know, I think you might want to take us through your session while it lasts.
Yes. So my session is quite short. I hope that I'm able to finish even before the time runs out on me. I don't know if I can share my screen, so I'm going to share my screen.
It's fine, sir.
Can anybody see my screen from here?
Yeah, I can see it. Strategies for deploying AI through extension.
Thank you very much. So beyond agriculture, I also lecture agricultural extension and rural sociology in one of the federal universities. Beyond that, I do private extension service for companies, organizations, as the case may be. And then my skills is basically around training and providing service. So today I'll be talking about what are the strategies for deploying AI through extension. And basically what extension is all about is, to create service, to create job, and then to train. What we do is that we take innovations from a point of, say, maybe from research institutions, and then we systematically bring down that information into bits that farmers can understand. And what I mean here is that, when you bring information from say location from say Farm Monitor, for instance. They talk about all of those technologies, all of those information that even many farmers will not be able to understand because there are a lot of concepts that is quite confusing. But the work of an extension agent is to bring it down to the level at which the farmers can understand, bring it to bit by bit, everyday activities, everyday language, everyday task that they can do to be able to understand what the technology or what the information about. Say maybe input, if you have to plant cassava, TME 419, how do you go about it? What is the planting mechanism? Is it the same way you plant the others variety? So these are the things that the extension agent does to ensure that the farmers get the real value from this technology or from this new system. Moving on. So yes, so if we're talking about training in extension service, what does it mean? If you're talking about, okay, we want to train or deployment of extension education, what are the ways? We have individual training where I can go to Sophie and say, okay, Sophie, this is how this technology works. This is how this one works. That how it works. Group meetings means, coming to a location and say maybe I'm in Ondo State, for instance, and I'm talking to 40 farmers, telling them about how this technology works. And the mass extension is the current one, is the 21st century kind of extension, where I don't have to be physically there. For individual or group meetings, I have to be physically there. You have to see me. But for mass extension, I don't have to be there. But these individual and group meetings, they have their own challenges. And the reason where extension is moving to the mass part is because, so let me give you a statistics. In Europe, one extension is apportioned to 300 farmers. So I mean that myself alone, if you are all in Europe, myself alone as an extension specialist, my job is to provide service to 300 farmers. But in Nigeria, because the lack of extension service and the way we do things in Nigeria, now presently one extension agent is meant to service 1,500 farmers. Now imagine one person giving information to 1,500 people. You know that the information you give at that point might not be taken up properly. And that is why you see a lot of our farmers, they are producing below standard, because we can only produce to the level of our education. If I educate you more on Farm Monitor now, tell you more about how it works, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to use it judiciously. So now we are moving to mass extension. And the reason is because everything is changing. We have hundreds of farmers on this call now. Say 30 years ago, there's nothing like this available 30 years ago, and we have to be physically, present in your location to be able to do all of this. But now we have this, ICT technology that we can be able to talk to everybody. I can see people from even Canada, from people from Benue, Lagos, even Abuja here. And then with this technology, we can be able to provide information to everybody. Moving on. So we want to talk about this mass extension. What are the ways for mass extension? We have radio. There was a time we usually have this agric radio where what they talk about is all about agriculture. And I think this Aki and Abi also is, for their own system, I think their own online platform is all about agriculture, agribusiness, where they talk about agriculture. We have TV, where you have radio TV programs, offline, which is posters and banner. But the major one is the ICT, either from social platform, either from webinar like these, and the rest of that. So these are the mass, extension system, where mass extension linkage, where you can talk to people without having to see them physically. Now, this AI dissemination, if you want to push out AI, artificial intelligence, if you want to teach farmers, it is not offline work, it is online, because the artificial intelligence, it's all about, putting in information and getting some insights. So you can put in a picture of your crop, of your cassava, and it will tell you what challenges you're having, what you need to do. You know, it is not something you do offline. And so if you want to push this AI, this artificial intelligence, how do you let people know? It's through mass extension. And when I talk about mass extension, it's through technology-enabled platforms like this, social platform like Telegram, like WhatsApp group. And so for farmers, it is important that to a certain extent, if you want to really enjoy the 21st century agriculture, you need to be a bit of, you know, have a bit of technology education. Because now many of our farmers are not on this platform and they will miss a lot, because now you are learning about how this AI will work, how this AI will help your business. And so my advice to farmers is that to some extent, understand how basic smartphones work. You know, you can listen to me, you can see my screen, you can watch videos online. This will really help us. And so if you're talking about artificial intelligence and want to disseminate it, we are not going to come to your farm and come and be showing you on our phone or come and be showing you on our laptop. No, we have to now use a mass extension system where even yourself can be able to learn a lot. And now belonging to social platforms, you need to belong to, say, Twitter. We have people doing amazing things on TikTok, on Telegram, on WhatsApp, and even on Facebook. You know, so you need to belong to all of those things because you are going to be learning a lot. And as you are learning a lot, you'll be able to, you know, improve your production, which will result into revenue for you and be able to make more money. And so platform that allows the exchange of pictures, Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, they will all help you. And so looking or searching for webinars, you know, that talk about, you know, improvements in agriculture, you meet a lot of people, you learn a lot of things. Many of them are not even like charging you, just for free. But, you know, it's good to also acquire knowledge to be able to move. And the last one is, and this is more for, you know, for technology people on this call, is if you want to improve adoption, because I'm an extension specialist, I'm also a farmer and the rest of that. One of the ways you can ensure that people take in your technology and then even your advice is to have a video toolkit. And this is where people can just go to that platform, click on it and watch videos. You can see YouTube now, you can just go to YouTube, type something, what you don't understand. And then you see lots of videos that shows you how it works. And so for technology people, or even for farmers, or even for people that have ideas, you need to have a platform that, you know, has like a video toolkit where people can go there and say, I want to plant banana. How do I plant it? I plant it. Or what technology, or how can AI help me in planting of my banana? You go there and you see what AI can do to help you. Cost system retrieval or testing. You know, when you watch videos, you want to add some kind of test to it. This is to ensure that people really understand or learn the things that you want them to learn. And pass and reward system. When they pass the test, what is the reward system? Because I won't go through a video, do the testing and pass, and then you tell me that, oh, you have passed, so congratulations, and I will go that way. No, I want to, like, you know, all for my effort, let me get something in return. And it's also for milestone gradation system. And this, we've done it for farmers in some technology. I did it for a technology company where we have a milestone gradation system. We have the beginner, we have the expert, we have the genius, we have all of those milestone gradation system. And this is to help farmers from point of 0 to a point of 100. So if you watch a video and then you understand the basic, you move to 10, and that 10 can be maybe a beginner, from 10 to 20. So that way we can be able to graduate people and ensure that they are learning things and they're understanding the information we're trying to pass across to them. So thank you very much for your time. And I hope I've been able to, you know, encourage you to understand that when it comes to technology, especially AI is an advanced technology. And one of the ways we can grab opportunities, you know, be the first, like we call them first adopters, the early adopters for this technology, is to be able to understand basic ways smartphone works. And these are the ways you can get more information belonging to social platforms, communities. I'm a preacher of communities because from that community, you'll be able to learn, you'll be able to understand things, you'll be able to, you know, share challenges, and then we can be able to, we can be successful in our endeavors. Thank you very much. And then I will pass the mic on to Sophie to take it up.
Thank you so much. Mr. Olarenwaju, aka Niger Farmer. And that was a very interesting session, and I'm sure everyone in this room has a bit of an idea what Agric Extension Service is and how AI is being introduced into it. So I'll just give a quick one. I saw one expectation from Metro Farm. So he was asking, he wants to know the link between agriculture, technology, AI, how it affects, how it adopts nature. So I'll just give you a quick example. So over the week, we were discussing something in the management, and they were talking about key factors that affect crop yield and productivity. So, and we were ranking it, and we were talking about crop variety, which most of us think it's key. Then there were other factors, soil, land, farm management, gap filling, and so on and so forth. There were a lot of it. So at some point I was now arguing about soil, that soil should be maybe number 2, number 3 in the ranking. But the tech expert there now said, because of AI, that soil is no longer that very important. It's not that key. So soil was ranking number 7, number 8. And you know why? That's because we are evolving, technology is coming. So I don't know whether most of you know about soilless farming. There's this particular and all that. And you are even able to maximize the use of water. Okay, someone knows. So you can now see. So that's why when you're now using AI to optimize, AI can now tell you that you can use all that medium of planting, not just soil, where they have introductions and adoptions like sack farming, where you can now plant your even tubers, your vegetables in sacks with small mediums, not necessarily being on the ground in the soil. So you see the advantage and the changes that adoption of AI in agriculture is bringing. So some of all those key things that primarily actually so important, AI is now giving us very beautiful alternatives, and they are giving high productivity. So if most of you know about soilless farming, you'd have seen that most of their produce, their harvest is actually looking so attractive, and that's because of the use of AI. So it's able to predict. You can now use other mediums as well. So I think Farmer Akinlabi is in the house already, so we'll be having him for the next session. So I'll still look at other expectations. There are some that are similar. We can treat them later as questions. I'll just mark them up. So Farmer Akinlabi, good evening, sir. So he's been someone that has nurtured agriculture since 20 years ago. And he's written 2 books, like I said. I think he's launched one, digitization of agriculture. If I'm right, if I'm not right, please correct me. Yeah, I think so. Farmer Akinlabi, good evening, sir. Welcome to this session.
Sorry, hold on.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to quickly manage the noise here. All right, so can I go on, or you still want to do an introduction?
Sophie? No, I don't want to do anymore.
Okay.
Like, could you Bill Knight start talking about your profile?
Okay, it's fine. All right, so I came a little bit late, so I heard my brother, Niger Farmer, Lanre, talk extensively on how AI actually influence the extension service as it relates to the farming ecosystem or the farming community, giving references to different tools that we use today, basically for, let me say, as an add-on to agricultural services, majorly as it speaks to extension service. So for me, once again, good evening, everybody. My name is Akinlabi. Thanks again, Sophie, and thanks to Team Farm Monitor for bringing me on board to talk for just 20 minutes. As someone who has that at least some level of experience based on what we've done in terms of research and so in terms of work around AI and also digital agriculture for over a couple of years. So for me, I'll be looking at how AI optimization actually play along or actually serves as a major enabler towards funding for farmers and also other agribusiness enterprise or value chain. So I'm sure you now, at least to this level, understand what AI simply means. Artificial intelligence, the use of machine learning, as we call it, to help in terms of our, can I say, activities. It could be in terms of walking, it could be in terms of reading, it could be in terms of writing, it could be in terms of anything at all, but that's to do with machine language. You speak to it and you have a response. Just like today we have your, mostly on our mobile phones, we have AI languages. You just speak to it and it gives a response. Let me give a typical instance is my little boy, for example. He has an homework and he needs a definition of something. He just goes to his Google optimization and he speaks to Google. What's the meaning of telephone? And Google speaks back to him. Yeah, that is artificial intelligence. That's artificial language that helps us to enhance, I can say, way of life, to make it more easy and to make it more flexible. So for this conversation in particular, which I was speaking on, how does AI now help us to increase or help expand, or let me use the word harness funding in agriculture to make it more easy and accessible? You know that in the Nigerian context, every typical farmer knows that funding is a major challenge. So basically, from the traditional level of banking, you know that for you to access fund, especially DMBs, that's the commercial bank, they will tell you if it's a 2-digit loan, they will tell you to go and bring your mother's head, your father's head, different things around funding today or finance today in agriculture, which is a major critical lacuna for us as expertise or even as agripreneurs in the value chain, because definitely you need funding, you need capital to expand or to start up a particular farm enterprise. So how does AI now help us achieve the best results in terms of funding our agricultural projects? Sorry, pardon me, I do not have slides to share, but I'll be speaking, and please, if you want to jot, you can jot down. If you want me to just go back, let me know. But I'll be speaking to you. I'll be as slow as possible so you understand every nitty-gritty or everything I'm saying, and you will be able to apply it into your own farm operations or farm expertise. Now, so first thing, in how does AI, artificial intelligence, help enhance funding in agri sector? Number one thing we need to understand is that today, if you look at the financial ecosystem as large as it is, or agri ecosystem as large as it is, and you pick every value chain, it's rather hard or difficult, even if it's government or banks or developmental partners, to fund any project without having accurate data. So what do I mean? For example, if you want to access fund from a particular bank, they will tell you, oh, go and bring your records for the past 6 months or 1 year. Go and bring your assets. How many staff do you have? Let's check your financials. They will ask several questions before they will say, okay, they're comfortable to give you funding or access to enable you to access some level of funding. So the first bit of how AI helps the funding, accessing fund, is data. So when I say data means it could be in 2 categories. I'll call it small data, and I'll call the other part big data. But for this audience, I will delve in both so that we have knowledge of what we're talking about. Now, data will come in terms of, one, as a smallholder farmer, or data for commercial farmers, or data for public sector, or data for private sector. Now, as a smallholder farmer, what are the data that you would need as a smallholder farmers to enable you access funding? You know, a smallholder farmer, as they will call them, sometimes we call them local farmers. So smallholder farmers in terms of farm size, maybe you are doing one, let me start from one plot. So you're doing one plot, two plots to say like 5 acres and on a particular commodity. And you know that to do that, you need certain level of data in terms of, okay, how many, when you want to start cultivating, what amount of seeds will be required? Do you do proper soil tests? Do you have staff? How many staff are you paying on your farm field? Do you have any previous loan? Do you have an existing loan? How do you want to access your fund? You know, simple data that will help smallholder farmers are just things I just mentioned now. And which definitely is required because, again, no data is too small if you want to access some level of fund because you don't know where the questions will come in terms of your data harvesting and who will be asking those data from you. That's one. Then two, let's now take it to the level of commercial farmers. Now, commercial farmers are those that, let me categorize them as the farmers that cultivate in large hectares of farmland. So I can be speaking about between 100 hectares to like 10,000 hectares and more, okay? And these are more, in the Nigerian context now, these are more done by structured private entities or possibly government, you know, either federal or state, or possibly developmental partners on specific projects, ADPs, whichever it may be. Now, I know that if you're going into such type of farm enterprise, you need a quantum, a large number of data that would help you achieve your results. And these are kind of listed before I started this conversation. So for example, when I want to say big data or reliable data, so we start from number one, from cultivation to planting, distribution, production, and to market. And to do this, what are the kind of data that you require to enable you access fund? Number one, let's start from the nitty-gritty. Do you have proper data regarding the soil that you're going to be planting on? That's one. Then two, do you have accurate data regarding the type of production system or production pattern you want to adopt? Either you want to go full mechanical or probably want to use, you know, traditional means. Okay, that's another type. Or probably want to go full blown AI, you know, for a mechanized process and all that. That's another type. And possibly again, you want to also measure the level of rain you will need on a particular commodity or a particular rain field. These specific data, when you combine them together or when you harvest them together, these are critical data or analytics that we use to enable you access specific fundings, either from private partners or banks, or either DMB or either developmental partners, or access specific grants from international organizations or donor agencies. And the reason is this, because we're in Nigeria, again, as a Nigerian context, we do not really appreciate the efforts of how data will help us achieve major analytic results or analytic end results of our production line. If we're to be like of the UK, US, or Canada, we will understand critically of how AI, or artificial intelligence, in terms of big data, has helped farmers who started production from a particular farming season, and is sure that at the point of harvest season, this is the level of harvest is going to get. This is the number of, it could be maize. Let's say I'm planting on 1,000 hectares. With AI and good data analytics, I can say, yes, at the end of my harvest season, I'm going to get XYZ tons of farm or XYZ tons of maize, you know, after my production cycle. These are specific things AI could help us achieve using big data as a tool, you know, that would help, you know, in enhancing funding or grants from developmental partners. And it shows that for us to improve or to grow as a nation, it's quite important for us to keep data and also use such data on our farmlands to make analytical decisions for performance and also for growth. When we can appreciate this better, then it's easier for us to say, look, anybody comes and say, give me your farm records. I want to see all your data. Where we can tender all these things, then we bring it on board and say, yes, I have my data. I have what it requires for me to access level of funds from anywhere or any part of the country. And I think these are one of the things that Farm Monitor is bringing on board, whereby you have a dashboard that keeps track of every single thing or farm operations you are doing on your farm, from production to management to harvest and to market and distribution. So when you have all this together in a one-stop shop solution, it helps farmers to produce more and also be more effective in what they are doing. That's one about big data. So the second point again is it helps farmers have that mindset for production analytics. So what am I trying to say? You know that today, let me use an average farmer. And because of the fact that we are transcending more into digitalization or appreciating the power of digitalization, majorly in Nigeria, but we are not there yet. We are step by step, we are trying to understand what it means. So the question is, for a typical farmer who would even understand how to use, let me say, an Android mobile phone or a smartphone, in quotes, and you are telling that farmer that, look, if you use this particular platform, it will tell you the number of seeds you will need, the number of rainfall you will need, the number of staff strength you would need, and even also help you answer certain questions regarding to the management style you require on your farmland. In Nigeria today, let's not lie to ourselves, we are not there yet. We are even not 1% there. It's folks like Farm Monitor and other brands that are helping to put structures together in achieving results on how AI or machine language or machine learning language will help us or would help farmers get to that stage whereby we reduce some level of human intervention. Because again, human intervention has that chance of failure, while we believe so much in scientific intervention that will give us that guarantee and say, yes, at the end of my harvest season, I can get at least 80, 90 harvest success within my first cycle. So what does production analytics mean? So these are simple machine languages that help us or that help farmers enhance productivity on their farmland. So what am I trying to say? So for example, you come across, you have a production farm or you have a farmland, and that farmland is funded by a specific donor agency or a bank. And you're at the point whereby you are being faced with, your farmland is I'm looking for that right word, is facing a particular pest or disease. And you need that instant answer on how you could get solution or what you need to do to provide solutions to that particular pest or disease. These are one of the things that AI brings on board for production analytics. So you can go on that farmland and probably there's a tool that has that machine language or machine learning for that particular problem. And you say, look, what can I use to solve Ebola disease on my tomato farm? And machine language gives you every details or things you will need to solve such problems. Or probably comes and say, look, I'm facing extensive wild birds on my rice farm. What do I do? Okay, these are areas that machine language will help us as human and provide solutions to. And you know that when you've put in money or structured fund, majorly for production, definitely in your ROI, you'll be expecting some level of harvest, at least 90% success. So AI comes as an intermediary for management process and guide farmers through that line, giving them accurate, specific, and timely information so that their results at the end of the day can be achieved. And you know that if you are putting 1 naira into a production line, a production harvest, or you are investing 1 naira into a particular production enterprise, you'll be guaranteed that at the point of your harvest, you can definitely get back your 5 naira or 10 naira, whatever enterprise it might be. These are the functionalities AI is bringing on board. And I'm sure that one of the things that Farm Monitor also has in their dashboard that is also helping farmers to achieve their objectivity. Now to the final lap. Where is Nigeria currently in terms of AI? Do we understand what AI means for accessing funding? Or how does AI help farmers, you and I, to easily access funds from either commercial banks or from other donor agencies or developmental partners? It's simple. It starts from us. And it starts from a simple mobile device. That's our mobile phone. Today, if you check your mobile phones, you have tools like, apart from installed apps, you have tools like your Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel solution. You have tools like your PowerPoint solutions. These are simple tools that we have on our phone that we can begin to even store or keep regular data of our farm records, either in terms of our sales, either in terms of production cost, market cost analytics, market intelligence. These are simple tools we have on our phone. Now, the question is, how best have we been able to use these things effectively, even on our farmland? Now, most of us may not realize this. When we started, for example, most of our farm cost or items was done basically using Excel sheets. So it's easier for us to use calculations, to use formulas, to get results on time. But today, you have specific solutions that are designed to meet the needs of every smallholders or commercial farmers or state governments of both state or federal government in a simple dashboard solution. And that's one thing Farm Monitor is bringing on board, whereby your computation, your analytics, your data-driven figures can be on one dashboard. And even when you want to print it out or get it out or show a particular donor agency, you can just say, look, here's my record for the past 10 years, because I've been using the solution to keep track of all these things. And when donor agencies see things like that, it gives them
Hello, everyone. Hello.
We are hearing you.
Yes, we can hear you.
I think we lost Farmer Akinlabi there.
I think he's back. Yes. Akin, you are muted. Please unmute.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I got a call there, so that cut it off. Sorry for that. So just to wrap up the entire conversation. So Nigeria, for example, so we have organizations like Farm Monitor who are coming up with solutions to help us galvanize specific AI tools or AI solutions to meet the needs of smallholder farmers, which can help them access specific funds from DMBs or donor agencies. And also, federal government, again, through the office through NIDA agency, is also coming up with specific things that would serve as AI tools. I can call it smart farming, that would help farmers so that we understand and have that broad knowledge of how AI digitalization can come together and help farmers produce more, be more efficient, be more productive, and most importantly, have that first-hand information or first-hand knowledge on the type of commodity or they are investing their money into, while also give specific solutions, design tools that will give specific solutions to problems around the agricultural ecosystem. Examples are today we have very beautiful AI automated mechanized tractors from Belarus, also from Canada and the US. We have AI solutions designed by a couple of folks from S-Mart that will give you adequate information on adequate information on communication platforms, on anything at all around farming and all other things. We have Farm Monitor, we're also there, specific solutions. We have simple AI tools also that will help capacity building, knowledge-wise. So even as a newbie in the industry, you can have such solutions that would give you that guide on what you need to put in place before starting any agricultural enterprise. You know, when you put all these things together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you combine them together and you present to commercial banks or funding agency, it is easier for them to say, look, yeah, we can see your track records. In this year you made profit, yeah, this year you made loss, but all over, we can find a track record of what you've been doing for a period of years, and we can guarantee you with some level of funding. These are things AI is bringing on board, and these are things that is going to evolutionize the agricultural industry. But the question is, how ready are we to adopt such solutions even as farmers? And that is why our Life Farm Monitor are there, so that you can have such apps and makes things seamless and easy for farmers, even if you're local, if you are urban, whatever class of farmer you call yourself, even if it's social media farmer, even if it's portfolio farmer, but so far that you are genuinely, that's the word, genuinely adding value to the agricultural ecosystem. Most importantly, capacity building, because we're going to a level or a stage in which we need to begin to let our farmers understand that, look, we need to leave the nomadic or traditional farming system and embrace more of technology and digitalization, using the power of digital solutions, AI intelligence solutions, machine language, that will help us reduce the level or the risk, in quotes, we take sometimes as farmers. Let me give a typical example before I call off the conversation. A couple of years ago, we were on a project somewhere within the country. And at the particular month, there was this traditional knowledge that in these months, there will be consistent rainfall for like 7-8 days on that particular LG, local government, for specific months. But because it was more of a traditional knowledge, we felt, because rain started very late at that period of time. This is an investment of millions of naira, as in millions of naira. But again, if at that time we had a solution, specific solution that would help us determine when we'll have excess rainfall, moderate rainfall, or no rainfall. If we had such solutions in our hands, it would be easier for us as farmers to quickly make proactive measure on what we need to do to prevent loss, mitigate it, or even avoid it. But unfortunately, we all relied on our traditional knowledge, and eventually we made a huge loss on that project. These are one of the things or gaps that AI is going to close for smallholder farmers. So you don't have that knowledge and say, oh, because it rained excessive in these months, it might not rain again in last month. Or no, it helps make specific solutions and solve specific problems. And lastly, it's also important that we need to also begin to encourage younger folks that come into the industry to begin to design solution, specific agricultural intelligence solutions that will solve specific problems around the entire value chain, either from capacity building, from extension, to finances, to logistics, to distribution, to markets, seeds, name it, because the ecosystem has a whole lot of problems embedded in it. But if we can begin to, encourage our younger folks to see how best they can begin to come up with, from our startups or from cohabited then it would be nice for us to do this together. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope that I've been able to pass through knowledge on how AI optimization can help us access funding and also increase our capacity as farmers or our various agribusiness enterprise. Thank you. My name is Akin Alabi. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you, sir. Thank you for the session. And I think I forgot to tell you guys that Farmer Akinlabi is an agribusiness coach. So if you give him the whole day, I think he'll just have something to say in the whole value chain. Thank you so much for that. So we'll be going to next on item, which is introducing Farm Monitor. That Farm Monitor is a system you would have heard him mentioning Farm Monitor while he was talking. And I think you all understood his own session, and I have been making reference to it that you need data, reliable data to make decisions in your agribusiness ventures. You need real-time insight into what's happening, you're able to predict. So when you're able to predict, you're able to address the problem before they happen. So that means you're able to foresee what's happening in you. You now put in shock absorber so that when it happens, the consequences aren't much and the effects are being managed. So this evening, we'll be introducing Farm Monitor, which is the pioneer AI farm management system and extension agent. Let me call it an extension agent, yeah, because it's a tool now. So some people have been asking questions in the chat box. I saw them where they were talking about extensions, so that they couldn't understand the sync between extension service and AI. So this is what Farm Monitor is trying to address. So at the beginning, I told you guys that there are a lot of operations involved in the cropping system, from siting of your farm to land preparation to chemical application to sowing, to seed sowing and all that, and harvest, and even post-harvest operations where you add value to what you have. So your extension agent is called, in a layman's language, the farmer's friend. So what his primary role is to guide the farmer through the whole cropping system, through the whole system, the whole season, to ensure that he's able to maximize his resources and minimize his cost and able to achieve yield and productivity. So if they give you this particular variety and they say, okay, you should give you 4 tons, like let's give, for instance, Faro 44. At the end of the day, after doing everything, you should be able to get 4 tons at the end of the day. But meanwhile, this has been an issue. Farmers are not able to get the desired yield and productivity. And there's been research over and over and over and over. And now people are now applying AI, artificial intelligence. So when you're applying this AI as an extension agent, you now use AI from beginning, where you are even siting your farm. You now map it out. It's able to tell, okay, this farm is okay. This farm has all the nutrients. The topography is okay. Is a lowland, is a wetland, and all that. Unlike if you are doing it manually, we have seen cases where some farmers abandon their farm, that it's no longer good, because they can't even, because it's not flourishing and they can't identify the problem. But AI is going to help you. And that's what Farm Monitor is here to do. So when you have Farm Monitor on your system as an app on your phone, it guides you through the whole system, right from siting your farm to harvest, and also post-harvest operations. So we are having the founder of Farm Monitor and the CEO of Farm Monitor, Mr. Daniel Joseph, this evening to introduce Farm Monitors Africa, the system, to us. Mr. Daniel, good evening. You have the floor. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, everybody.
Welcome,
good
sir.
Evening.
I hope you have been giving us a lot of insight into the Farm Monitor app.
Yes, I'll try to share some insights and with the few time I have. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Thank you for joining on this call. We understand that your time is precious, and we've only tried to build up to this so that we can appreciate why we need what we need. And so we hope that with what we have done and what we'll be sharing with you, you'll be able to better your productivity, better your performance, and by your increase in yield means you make more money, and you even be able to access more money. And that's what we trust that this system will help you achieve. So once again, my name is Daniel Joseph. I'm privileged to be the founder of Farm Monitor Africa. So I'm going to share my screen straight away and then share some insights for us to see what this system will do for us in this dry season, in the coming wet season, and by God's grace, we keep improving year in and year out. So at Farm Monitor, the system basically tracks, it measures, it monitors, it manages, and it improves your farm performance and productivity. Our theory of change is very simple. It's premised on the fact that you cannot be productive, you cannot be asking for an improved yield when you didn't perform in the course of the season. And in the course of the season, there are many things that go on. Your crop health needs attention, and you need to crop on time, which is your farm calendar. You need to be able to track what's going on with your financials. And I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, go into the farming season with prepared budgets that we call in agriculture an EOP, and economics of production. And so our theory of change is anchored on this. And if you are not performing, if your farm, your crop health is not performing, your crop is infested, and all of those things are happening, you can't, these are the things that impact your yield. And so you have averagely, we use the rice crop for instance, okay, we might even use wheat because wheat is the next big thing in Nigeria. So I'll just sign into the system and begin to share some insights directly from the system. When you log into the website, www.farmmonitor.africa, this is what you will see. You can sign in. It's free for now. It's going to be free for the next 1 month for you to be able to appraise for yourself.
Hello, Mr. Dan. Seems we lost you. Are you there? I think we lost him. Probably maybe he has a network issue. Mr. Richard, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so Mr. Dan, it seems we lost him, right?
Yes, it seems we lost him. But if you are getting value so far, let us know in the chat area. If this is making sense or you have any questions, anything that you need clarification on. Farm Monitor is, everything that has been talked about when it comes to measurement, the fact that we need to have the tool to help farmers integrate into using artificial intelligence. Farm Monitor is that too. Okay, I think Mr. Dan is back, so he can continue. So I am muted.
Okay, can everybody hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry that, yes, the network has been quite unstable, but it's back up now. I hope it doesn't go off again. I've actually changed to a different platform. So can everybody see my screen now? Can you see my screen, please?
It's not up yet.
Okay, so that's still the same network. So is it up now?
No, try sharing again.
Okay, so let me go back to that screen. Is it up now, please?
Yes, it's coming.
It's coming up.
Yes,
Okay,
it's up.
great. Okay, great. Okay, so sorry for the break in transmission. This is Nigeria. This things happen. All right, so I started with saying we track, monitor, and measure your farm performance and productivity. I'm sure that there are lots of questions to, why AI and how it works. So I'm going to try and answer that. But what the system does provide for you is for you to be able to see your dashboard. So this is a typical farm. You can see the estimated is based on research, what the yield of that crop is supposed to be when you're supposed to start that season, what your expected sales should be, and what your budget should be. I hope you are still seeing the system.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. And so our first offering is our innovative crop calendar, and our crop calendar is very unique. So what the crop calendar does is that it tells the farmer what to do, when to do it. So if you are seeing my screen, you see that this is a live calendar. If you go to the calendar, you'll see what you're supposed to do. It will give you an advice on what you're supposed to do, when you are supposed to do it, and of course the ingredients you need to make that activity successful. Now, you would want to ask, how did this calendar come about, which, like I said, is our prime offering. This calendar is informed by an AI algorithm that integrates your soil data, your weather analytics, your data from satellites, data from the crop health or from the crop pictures that you would have taken on the farm, and then your institute data. So by institute data, I mean what you are recording on your field that is going on. Now, so these 5 sources of data is integrated to give you an information. So let me explain how that works. For instance, you are not supposed to see if it doesn't rain. The essence of the rain is to moist the ground for you to a certain degree. So what the AI does is it checks, first uses the weather analytics to check. Has it rained? Even if it doesn't rain, but the soil has the moisture level to accommodate that seed for the number of days it should before, of course, rain comes, then the farm calendar will show you exactly that and tell you, go ahead and plant your crop because it's a safe time to do so. That is the best time for you to get the best yield on that crop. So remember that the entire essence of all of this is to improve your yield. And we would appreciate that there are too many factors that affect the yield, from soil to pest and all of those kind of things. So all of this information is run by an AI algorithm. Algorithms just simply means mathematical formula that runs all of this to give you a more potent recommendation, more potent than GAP. I'm sure we know GAP, the Good Agricultural Practice. So while the system can give you GAP like this, we are going to be having a better recommendation, which is going to be GAP that has been upgraded by an artificial intelligence to tell you exactly what to do, when to do it. I'm going to go ahead and share how what I've just explained now, how it works, or you see a pictorial diagram so that you can better appreciate it. So this is what it looks like. So this is what artificial intelligence does. For you to have that crop calendar, it takes your soil data, it takes your satellite data, it takes your crop health. Crop health image is gotten from the picture that you are giving us from your farm. And so you have to give us the correct picture, because if you don't give us the correct picture, the system can't give you the right information. And then weather is not from you, weather is gotten from third-party sources. And then the other thing that is from you is recorded activities. So take you down to how you record your activities. It's very user-friendly, it's very simple to use. We understand the challenges of trying to press phone on the farm, and that's why we actually encourage extension agents to be the ones to actually support the farmer with this. That's why there was that talk about extension. So you'd see that all of this data is integrated to give you your prediction. And of course, your prediction comes in form of a text message and an email. So a text message like this, you have a text message. So this is my own farm that I received. I hope we can still see my screen.
Yes, your screen is still visible.
Okay, and you're seeing the text message, right?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, great. So you see the text message, and if you are using, if you prefer to get it by mail, you get it by mail. You see, like here, this is telling hello Victor, there is a change to your manual review application. So bottom line, when the activities is not suited for that day for any reason, the recommendations will come to you as text message. You plan to see today, you plan to do your planting today, but don't do it today because you don't have sufficient rain or your soil is not moist enough, or it's going to rain for too long. And because it's going to rain for too long, your seed may be defective in growth. And then, of course, you now have that better information, that better version of a gap recommendation for you to take an informed decision. So that is what informs this crop calendar. And so back to the crop calendar, let me share that again. So back to the crop, where is that? Good. So back to the crop calendar. Now, so every day this happens to you. The next thing that the system does is it helps you take and record your activities. And I'm going to show you how simple, very simple this is. So you see, you can record the activities once you choose a date. And please let me also mention that whatever is going on here on the system is what goes on the mobile. So the mobile application to has all of this facility, and you can download it. And like I said, for the next 1 month, you'll be able to have 100% access to the system. You'll be able to do what you want to do with it, check it out, so that you understand that this is not a scam. And so we've decided to give 1 month of free expression for you to go record your activity. So you choose the dates. Was the activity a fertilizer activity? Was it fuel that you got? That is, if you're doing dry season planting, was it organic manure? Post-harvest and post-emergence or pre-emergence herbicide. Once you choose any of that, you can choose the variety. Was it selective or non-selective? And you can choose the brand. Was it touchdown, lead off? And I mean, if the brands or any of these things are not here, you can quite literally impute it by yourself. This provision of the mobile device, which is what you're most likely going to be using on the field. And you would have to just click a button. You are just clicking a button. You are not typing anything. You are not spelling too many things. You are just clicking a button, and then. All right, and then you have if the fertilizer or the seed you got was in bags, it's already here in bags. If they were in sachet, the idea is to make it as user-friendly as possible because we understand the pressure that one faces being on the farm. So the same thing with labor, it's been categorized. Was it a spraying labor? The same thing with equipment that you know that you use. The same, and like I said, everything is imputed. And where you don't have any thing that you use that you usually use on your farm, you can just add that to your own system and it will stick, it will line up on that group. You can see your mechanization detail. Was it a fertilizer application, applicator as it's called? Was it a plowing machine with a plow? Was it ridging? So you just pick it, you pick the cost, it will calculate that for you. Was it logistics? Very important. But I want to draw our attention to other details, which is very important that I do. The essence of these other details is for you to capture what actually happened on the farm. So this is another thing that goes into the AI system. I'm sure that most of us have done farming for a very long time. And I also know that a lot of us have lost the lessons that we learned over the years. Some things that has happened, we didn't take record. This is it. You have a system that can help you just write a sentence, what happened. For instance, on my farm, I always tell this sad story of one of my farmers that died on the field. Meanwhile, I didn't tell you guys, I'm a farmer. I plant rice and maize. I have a farm in Bida, Niger. I have a farm in Delta. Bida, Niger is Ebanasara. The Boo village is in Delta, is in the community in Delta. And then I consult for the Secoms farm, which has a 2,500 hectares with the Nigerian Air Force in Benue. And so we are inside the Air Force base in Benue. That's where this system was actually tested and was first tested 2 years ago because this system wasn't just built. It was built, it's been in progress since 2020. I should have given that value. Anyway, so you put your lessons learned and your recommendations. Again, at the end of the day, at the end of the season, you want to actually see empirically what went wrong on your farm. So that is how you record activities. And I've shown you that when you record your activities, it comes out like this. You can see on 13th of September, fertilizer, you used 4 bags. This way, the things you did was an input. You used fertilizer, so it was an input category. it was a labor category because you did some labor work, you did some mechanization work and services and all of that. And then you see the costs. Now, let me show us something. See if I take you back to the calendar and I take you back all the way to, what date was that? That date was September 13th. If I take you all the way back to September 13th, you are going to see that is that activity you recorded. You see that this activity you recorded is on the green button. However, this activity that you recorded that was fertilizer on this date as is shown was supposed to have been done almost a month before that. This was on August 9th, input of fertilizer. So you see, there has been 1 month's clear difference between when the system said you should do this and when you actually did. Now, why is this important? This is important because we want you to see the variances. We want you to see the difference between taking our recommendation and doing just what you would usually do. So our strong advice is that you take the recommendations as given to you by the system and that you are going to do better in your yield by at least 30% from the previous year. And why we can't give you 100% now is because the more of that data, the more of the data we get from that particular location, the more potent the AI is able to make recommendations. Which now brings me to the first issue of mapping the farm. You must map your farm. In fact, your season starts when you map your farm, choose your crop, and there are 4 ways to map the farm. For the smallholder farmers, it's very simple. You just take your tablet around or your phone around, and then you are able to map it. And then if the farm is too big for you to, just walk around, some of us have 300 hectares, you can just take a bite at every of the angles of the what we call bacon stones. You just drop a pin, they drop a pin. At the end of that exercise, it will map out the entire farm for you. But if you're a much more bigger farmer and you are here, you can give us an Excel sheet of all your farmers, and our system will just Google that and tell you and map the farms for you. So just to emphasize that if you don't map your farm, choose your crop, the system will not work. The system will not begin to give you these predictions because you're mapping the farm and choosing your crop and choosing the start date is the prerequisite for the system to start churning out this information. So you have spent a lot of time. So I'm just going to rush over this other one. So the farm finances, as you're writing your activities, the previous speakers have already made a lot of sense telling us why this is important. You need these records to get money. We are also getting funding from organizations, which is also going to be a benefit that people that are joining us will get. You'll be the first to access those kinds of funding. If we can't track your financials and we are tracking your activities, we are seeing what you are doing, we won't take the risk of giving you any money. No organization will. So please, this is for both our good. So you see, the system is also going to give you not just when to do the activities, it's also going to advise you on the crop health, which is a very, very important thing. In fact, I think I should share that. Your crop health is very, very important. If you open your, so let me share that thing. Sorry, I'm taking a lot of time. I've already been warned by my team that I've overstretched my time, but I think this is important that on your mobile, you'll be able to have not just activity information, but your crop health information. And like I said, your crop health information is sourced from, so let's just do something real quick. Your crop health information is sourced from UMapping. So you can easily map like this if you know the location of where you are. Let me just start mapping and share some of this. You choose a name, whatever name. Was it rented or owned? If you have the coordinates, this is where you put it. If you don't have it, you just come to this place and start your mapping. So this works here and this works on the mobile. Now, why I'm bringing this up is because the crop health information you are going to get is going to be based on the location of your map. So please don't, this is hard empirical science. And for it to work, we like to say that agric is a science. Mathematics is also a science. And we know that 1 + 1 = 2 in mathematics. In agriculture, 1 + 1 should also be equals 2 because it's science. This system is what makes your 1.1 equal 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, so you track your finances, and it's very easy to do. Once you record your activities, there's also a page for you to map your farm, and then your inventory is. Sorry, I now have to rush because of time. And especially for those of us that have huge farms, you need to buy this inventory early. Once you buy your inventory, whatever it is, stock it on your in your store, but take a record of all of them. Because as you begin to remove the inventory from the store and you record the activity that you used that inventory, it's going to be reducing it from your store. So at first glance, you can see what is in your store. Or if you are actually maybe doing some sort of contract farming, somebody is farming for you. Also another service we provide as an organization that will really, really help you put a control over what's going on. The next one is harvest, and I'm sure that now I have to, sorry, at least I've shared the important signs of it. The next one is harvest. Just like you could record the activity, it's also very important for you to record your harvest. Now, remember that all of this record they are taking is because you want a feedback from the system. So why we need your information or the information of what you're doing is to be able to give you better recommendation. So we are not using the information for any other thing outside that. So it's not to punish the farmer. It's not to show that the farmer, no, it's to, at the end of the season, you as a farmer can actually appraise your own self on the system that you paid for and say, let me be very honest with myself. On this day, I was supposed to do this, I didn't do this. So it was responsible for X% of my loss, because at the end of the season, what the system does is to tell you your yield prediction. So from the beginning of the season, as you begin to, sorry, the network is still a bit slow. As you begin to, maybe miss one deadline or two, or actually keep to your deadline, the system is telling you how productive you are. So you don't need to wait till the end of the season to actually know that you're going to get 2 tons out of 5, out of 4 tons, or you're going to get 3.9 tons out of 4 tons. You are knowing that every day based on how you are performing on the field, because the system takes in all that you are doing and makes that calculation for you. And then, of course, farm members, everybody cannot see everything. As the owner, you will see things differently from your stakeholders, and whoever you are asking to manage your farm, you'll see something different from the supervisor. The idea is the owner sees everything, but the supervisor can't see everything. The owner may not be interested in the supervisor seeing how much money is being spent. And so the owner has the authority to just block him off. So that is all under permission levels and for your own security. And then you'll be able to generate all manner of reports, your productivity report, the variance report, what you plan to do, what you actually got, your inventory report, the work that was done, and all of that. Let me share one last thing before I wrap this up. You can see from your dashboard that you are going to actually be able to clearly see the work you are doing. This is the total work you are supposed to do. You see the work that you are due at a particular time, and then you will see your actuals. I hope you are still seeing my screen.
Yes.
Okay, great. The same thing with your expenses. So this is how much I plan to spend. This is how much I spend. Sometimes you see that you've overshot your budget. You need to be honest. So we started the season, we didn't know that fuel was going to go up by almost 300%. And then fuel went up. So that naturally impacts your labor. At the end of the day, you want to track what really went wrong on your farm so that you are better planned. Remember, you want to make money. If you cannot control the indices of what is going on the farm, which, that's why we say we don't just monitor, we manage. We are not able to, track all the indices like this farm. You can see it's mapped, and you can see the recommendations. If you are not able to track what's going on, then you are most likely not going to be productive. And this is satellite image of this farm. You can zoom all the way in, and this was done because of privacy of information. We don't share informations like that, and so we are careful what we are showing, because there are organizations, several organizations. As a matter of fact, right now we have 7 organizations that have onboarded us, and they are going to be financing their farmers' shoes, and because we are giving them assurances that we'll be able to monitor and give them the feedback that these farmers are spending the money to do what they promised to do. All right, and then so finally you can see that when you take a picture, it will come and you'll be able to see outside your satellite images. And this is really for you. It's not for us. It's for you to have access to all of this and all of these features as a farmer. Now, I want to stop here. I could easily show us what this system does for organizations, but then organizations contact us directly for that. This is a system we are opening up to all farmers. It's been a tough decision to open it up for farmers, because we initially felt, okay, farmers would better be, if they are under a farmer financiers, they'll use the system. But we trust that everybody is becoming aware that the world has changed. There is need for you to move. And the national average for rice is 1.5 ton, and the yield potential is supposed to be 4 ton. So we are still somewhere at about 35% of our national productivity in terms of rice. just on what we are doing. And we all, as farmers, including me, are responsible for this. We trust that this system will help you build. It's not like the next speaker would most likely say, it's not a get rich quick scheme that, you put money. No. We are not. That's not. If you're a farmer, please use the system. After come back and thank us. Thank you, and thank you for your time. I've overshot my time, but I felt it was important to describe all of this. Richard and Sefia, over to you. Is Richard and Sefia still here?
I am here.
Okay, great. Please take over.
Okay, thank you very much. This is powerful. Please, if this is powerful, put your fire emoji in the chat area. If this is something that you've been looking forward to and you feel that this is powerful, let's see your chat emoji in the chat area. Brilliant. So I'm going to give us, what I want to do now is to show us one of the remarkable things. Now, we said that at the end of this webinar, we are going to show you, we have shown you Farm Monitor, which is one aspect of what we are offering you. The second and the final aspect of what we are offering you is Farm Monitor wants to turn this into, this is a revolution that is coming into Nigeria. And we are really happy that you are among the first set of people who are going to be seeing this. And there is something we are launching called the Farm Monitor Academy. So the Farm Monitor Academy is, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the Farm Monitor Academy is Africa's premier training platform to raise highly successful farmers, because we believe that many people here need training to use the platform. Many people here also need training on how to become tech savvy, how to leverage technology, because we spoke here about the fact that people are limited in knowledge about how to apply agriculture to technology or technology to agriculture. Farm Monitor wants to lead in that area, and that's why we have launched the Farm Monitor Academy. If you missed out on the Bitcoin opportunity, I know I missed out on it when it was still less than 10,000 naira. And you missed out on that opportunity. This is another chance that you have to gain something similar, to leverage another opportunity that is similar to Bitcoin in the agri sector. Now, like you mentioned earlier, this is not a get rich quick scheme. So nobody is promising you that you're going to start making money in the next by next week, you are going to become a millionaire. This is not what this program is all about. Also, this is not a high yield investment program. Nobody is asking you to invest your hard-earned money into any program. So if anybody, you hear that from anybody regarding Farm Monitor, it is not us. Also, it's not a pyramid scheme. We are not telling you to go and bring anybody to grow your downline and gather people under you so that you make more money. It's not the program. What Farm Monitor is simply a first of its kind training. Farm Monitor Academy is a first of its kind training institution for farmers who are tired of average performance, low yield, poor financing. We want to equip African farmers with the knowledge and technology to increase their yield, make more money and thrive. That is the essence of Farm Monitor Academy. Now, why should you join the Farm Monitor Academy? Number one is you get to sharpen your knowledge. Okay, when it comes to technology, leveraging technology in the farm, we want to help you sharpen your knowledge and also even how to manage your farm performance and monitoring and everything. So many things in the Farm Monitor Academy. Also, we help you to become a certified farm performance consultant. So when you go through the academy, by the time you are done, you become a certified farm performance consultant. So as a farm performance consultant, you can actually go and train others. Number one, you also get a lot of opportunities for making money just from training people and using the certification that we have given you to train other people. Another thing also is that you get to earn extra income. You earn extra income as a somebody who has gone through the Farm Monitor Academy. And then lastly is that you are first to receive funding. This is amazing. First to receive funding basically means that every person who has gone through the academy, because we are positioning Farm Monitor to attract farmer financiers, and as those farmer financiers agree to work with us and finance farmers under our academy, every farmer under our academy will be the first people that will get that financing. Okay, so another thing, what specifically are you going to get? Number one, in the academy, you get learn effective resource management, like I mentioned earlier. You will learn data-driven farm decisions, how to make data-driven farm decisions. So you will learn that on the farm, how to leverage the Farm Monitor app to make data-driven decisions. Expert-led curriculum, we have experts. Some of the people that you've heard here will be teachers in that academy. Also, you get certificates. You become certified as a farm performance consultant. You get ambassador status. Ambassador status means that you can make money from our affiliate program. Our affiliate program, where everybody in the academy, so whatever money you are going to pay to join this program, to join the academy, you can make it back just from using our system to register people to join. Okay. And then you have access to a support community. Imagine being around a community of farmers who are high-level thinkers when it comes to technology, and who are also people that can connect you to more opportunities, just from learn from each other, see what somebody is doing and learn from that person. That's the kind of community we are building in Farm Monitor. These are all the things you are going to learn in the academy. Crop management and optimization, financial management, for farmers, very important, how to budget and allocate your resources. You're also going to learn technology integration, especially using the Farm Monitor app. You're also going to learn sustainable farming practices, marketing and value adding, how to market your farm, how to get buyers, how to brand your farm, and all those things. And then you're also going to learn farm project management, farm calendar planning, EOP planning, labor sourcing and management, and all these things. So that's what we have in the Farm Monitor Academy. And then we have a powerful bonus for everybody. So this bonus is high value for everybody who joins the Farm Monitor Academy. Now, we said that the Farm Monitor Academy, from now to the next 30 days, you are going to get it for free. That is the app. You are going to get the app or the software for free, so you can register yourself, map your farm, go and start using it, try everything as you want to try, and see if that's of value to you. And we believe that's going to be of value to you. But then, if you join the academy, just from the ending of November, after the 30 days, the app becomes paid. But if you join the academy, we are going to give you 1 cropping season usage of the Farm Monitor app. So whether it's during wet or dry season, you can use Farm Monitor app, and 1 season is up to 6 months. So you can use it for 6 months for free. So if you join the Farm Monitor Academy, is that not a huge deal? Is that not a huge deal? Then secondly, you are going to get, I've mentioned this earlier, first to receive funding from farmer financiers. We're actively looking for farmer financiers who are going to partner with us in this movement, and you'll be the first people to receive the funding. Now, the big question is, how much is it to join the academy? How much is it to join the Farm Monitor Academy? Number one, if we charge you 50,000 Naira, it will be a huge value, but we're not charging you 50K. If we charge you 20K, it will be huge, but we are charging only 10,000 Naira. Only 10,000 Naira to join the Farm Monitor Academy and get all these amazing things that we have spoken about today. Like I said earlier, you will get the training, number one, to on all the things I've mentioned earlier. You will get the certification, you will join the community, you will be among the first people that is going to launch this into Nigeria. Imagine if we have let's say the federal government or any big organization partners with Farm Monitor. The people in the academy who are the certified consultants are the people we are going to be using as our foot soldiers to conduct trainings and all those things. And you are going to get something out of these things, okay? You are going to be paid for it as a consultant. So registration ends on November 2nd. So that's when registration is going to end for the academy. And then training starts on the 13th of November. And mind you, we have said earlier that immediately the training starts, you will lose access. The Farm Monitor app will no longer be for free. So everybody has 30 days free trial to use it now. So on your screen is the account details to make payments to join the Farm Monitor Academy. So you can use the details on the screen. And once you make payment, I'll show you what the other things to do. Now, do not join the academy if you are not going to complete your training, because we need people to complete their training. We are raising, like I said, ambassadors of this brand. We are raising ambassadors of this movement, this agri-tech movement. So if you are not going to complete your training, please do not join. If you are not going to use the software on your farm, do not join. Okay, so we want people who are going to use this software and actually get the result out of it. Now, after you make your payment, send your proof of, I'll show the number again. Send your proof of confirmation. We'll add you to our WhatsApp community for people who are in the training, and then we'll create your access to the course area and add you to the course so that you start taking the course, okay? So that's basically it. On the Farm Monitor Academy, you can use the details on the screen to make payment, only 10,000 Naira to join the academy. Okay, so somebody is asking, is the training physical or online? What's the duration? The training is online. The training is online. We are starting online because we know that doing a physical training for the whole of Nigeria, it's going to involve a lot of logistics, but these trainings are packaged in a way that they are easy to understand. You know, it's not like this webinar we are doing where we are just, because of time, all the videos are going to be recorded with practicals so that when you watch them, you can always rewatch them. You are always going to have access to it, all the videos, so that you can always rewatch and understand the things that you don't understand. So it's going to be online. Yes, online. What is the duration of the training? Like I said, that the first cohort for the training, that's the first people we are taking for the training, we are expecting that you will finish your training in 30 days, 1 month, so that when you finish your training, we can take another cohort. And let me be frank with you, by the next cohort, it may not be the same price because we are already giving away just on the app. If you are going to use the app, it's 12,000 Naira for 1 season. Okay, it's 12,000 Naira for a hectare of land for 1 season. Okay, but if you join the academy now, you are getting it at 10,000 Naira plus the academy plus the app. That's a huge deal. Is that a huge deal? Okay. Any other questions? Do we have any other questions that we want to ask? I want to quickly check on YouTube is to see if we have any questions on YouTube. Wow, YouTube is on fire. Okay.
Richard, if I may, while you are checking the questions, please.
Okay.
Okay, please, I just want to remind us that, or I just want to mention that to join the academy, you just go to farmmonitor.africa/academy. This number that is written here, it's the number you send your proof of payment to. That's number one. Farm Monitor is not on iOS. Farm Monitor is only on what's that called now? What is that platform called? Android. Good. So Farm Monitor is only on Android for now. We know that more people are on Android. So I'm sure that those are some of the questions that you are going to see. So I thought I should just answer them up front so that we don't take too much time. And then lastly, I want to make an appeal to the over 200 of us that are here. If you are happy with what you have seen, I am personally appealing that your thank you to us for what we have done and what we are still going to do is to connect with us on social media. Please flash those social media handles. Go to My Farm Monitor Africa on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and join our WhatsApp community too. I think this is the number 2. The WhatsApp community for the school academy is going to be different from this general WhatsApp community. So this is the general WhatsApp community. You just join the general WhatsApp community. The advantage is that we are going to be churning out a huge volume of information and knowledge that is going to help you in your agricultural endeavor. We are not, I'm sure you already know that what we have done, 10,000 doesn't even equate in any way. So it's really not about money, but the idea of asking for the payment is so that you yourself place value on what you are getting. So let that be very, very abundantly clear. So please, if you like what we have done and you appreciate that we have even taken the resources. So we didn't get money from governments to do this. So this is not a government project. Neither did we get the grants. This has been people within the agricultural space that has funded this just to benefit Nigeria. This is our own contribution to Nigeria, so to speak. So please, 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 before you even end this meeting right now, pick up your phone, join us on WhatsApp, and link with us on LinkedIn, link with us on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Thank you for your time. Richard.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Do we have somebody's asking a question? I want to use the next, let's say 5 to 10 minutes to take some questions if you have. How about someone who doesn't have a farm to apply the app usage yet, but is passionate about kickstarting a career in farm tech? Can the person still join the academy? Mr. Dan, can you answer?
Absolutely. It's an academy, no knowledge. In fact, you are even a better person to join the academy so that you are better prepared for your career ahead of you. So in fact, you should be the first to join, in my opinion.
Awesome. So you should be joining now so that you avoid all the mistakes. Getting the knowledge and avoid the mistakes. Yes, there is a recording for this session. Somebody's asking on YouTube. So the video is on YouTube. Once we finish, we share it in the group so that you can have access to it. Okay, I think this question want to know if applicable to fish farming. Is Farm Monitor applicable?
Okay, so that is for me to answer again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll just answer that. So it's not for fish farming or for livestock for now. We, however, intend to expand into that. So we hope to do so. We are already in talks with an European livestock organization that will help us in building that particular one for livestock. So that's in the work. So just give us a little time. Join our community. I'm sure you get that news in due time. That's one of the reasons why you should join our community. Thank you.
All right, sir. After we get the admission and the app for 10K, are we going to have a lifetime utilization of the app? No, sir. The utilization of the app is, we are giving you, to use the app for a season is 12,000 Naira, but we are giving you 1 season free usage. That is, we are giving you 1 season free usage of the app. That is 6 months. So after 6 months, we expect that you have started getting results, making more money, improved your farm performance and yield, and you are making more money to be able to pay for the app. Okay, so that's the answer to your question, sir. Does the academy have, okay, so, I missed the question. I'm trying to find another question. Somebody's asking, okay, we've answered this question. After we answer this. I'm an extension worker. Of what advantage is this to my profession? So one of the beautiful answers we have here is that you will become the smartest extension agent in your community, okay? Because you are going to be working with artificial intelligence is going to be advancing your work. Farm Monitor. Also, can it be used as multi-user? Mr. Victor, are you here? Can we use Farm Monitor as a multi-user platform?
Okay, so you can use it. You can have an account. Then, if you have people who you manage, you can be like a superior over them.
The person
so you can monitor what they do. That's how you can use Farm Monitor. So as a superior, probably the owner of the farm or the owner of the organization, you have people working under you and they have their own accounts also. You can monitor what they do if you don't want to do the monitoring directly.
Okay. Okay. More questions. Let's see. On the registration link, I can see the option to pay online. Can I do that or use account shared? Any of that is fine. If you are seeing the account on the screen, you can use that to make payments. Guys, we are telling you that this is the new Bitcoin of agric, if I should put it that way. So, and it's coming at this affordable price. 10,000 naira is very affordable, frankly. So I would encourage you to jump on it. Does the app will be renewed on each plantation? I'm not sure I get your question, but if I think what you're asking is, do you have to pay every season? Yes. Your subscription is season by season. If you are lucky to be in the academy and you have a farmer financier, then you will not have to pay. That's also why you will not have to join the academy. One of the advantages you get is to leverage farmer financiers that will be working with us, and we're already in talks with them. Okay. I wish to attend the community, but I won't be using the app on my farm till April or May, which will, what will I do? So the thing is that once we give you the free trial, the 6 months, usage, if you join the academy, once you start mapping your farm and imputing your data, that is when your 6 months starts counting. Am I right, Mr. Daniel?
Yes, so let me explain that for him, because I understand why he's saying that. He's saying that because he's most likely a wet season farmer, which we totally understand. So you're a wet season farmer, we know that you're going to be using it sometime in April, May, depending on your location in Nigeria. So go ahead and register for the academy. Your system is there for you to use when you want to use it. Even if you want to use it in January, you will use it, but you will not be able to map your farm. Or no, you'll be able to map your farm, but you shouldn't map your farm and begin the usage like you have started. Because the moment you do that, the satellite service images starts coming in, all those recommendations starts coming in, and meanwhile you're most likely not planted anything in January, so it's useless. So it's going to be useless for you at the end of the day. You want to start using it. We want you to map your farm, get into your farm when you've started the season, because you're not going to have your 6 months from your land preparation. The system is going to advise from your land preparation to seeding all the way to when you should harvest and when you finally harvested. Because if, for instance, you are doing rice, you're going to do threshing, you're going to do winnowing and all of that. The system accommodates all of that. And that's why we have said one season should last 6 months. We already know that averagely rice should mature in 3 months. But we are giving you those extra buffers so that you'll be able to conveniently use the system from the beginning of the season to the end. So yes, you'll be able to have access to the system at that time if you join the academy now. Let me also emphasize something that Richard has said. We want to build a community of especially extension workers. We have relationship with SWOFON. Their national president is here. SWOFON is Small Women's Farmers Association of Nigeria. We have a relationship with organizations with CLM, that's the leprosy missions. We are working with OCP, we are working with IFAD. So we already have farmer financiers on board. Let me clarify that. We just want to build a community where we can trust the people to actually have a lot of disappointments in agriculture. That is exactly what we want to solve. We want those disappointments to come to an end. And that is why we are not even asking you to give us money. This academy is not mandatory. The only difference is if you join the academy, you become an ambassador for us, so because we know we have trained you, we know we can send you depending on your location. So if we have a project and you are in Delta, we can say, okay, we have somebody in Delta, we have trained, we just need to maybe add a little. So it saves us a lot of exigencies, while it also provides you a job opportunity. Because beyond now being a farmer, you are now going to be an extension agent who is properly trained to now make it. That's why we say it's not a get rich quick. We understand that a lot of things has gone on in agri, and we are trusting that all of that will come to an end. So thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So we have to round up in the next 2 minutes. If you have any questions, more questions we are not able to address, please, the WhatsApp group is there. Ask your question. We'll be answering your questions there. I'm an animal scientist professionally. How can the app be of advantage to me? We have not the aspect of livestock. We are still working on that. So very soon we are going to have that. We are talking with partners to help us in the area of livestock. Unless Mr. Daniel,
Richard, please. Yes, I want to. So please, whether you're in livestock or you are in fisheries, if you are interested in being on the field, join the academy. The reason is you need prerequisite knowledge at the fundamental level, which you already have. But specific, for instance, we understand there's okay. Let me just mention this. So the federal government, for instance, is going to start a scheme that is called Agro Pocket, and you can check this online to distribute inputs, for instance, in a particular location, and you are in our academy. Whether you did crop science, some of us that read medicine and this, are we not farmers now? So yeah, even in that crop science, even in animal science, are really close. So please join the community. That's what I'm emphasizing on. If you don't feel it's really too relevant to you right now, just sign up on WhatsApp, join, just be reading what's going on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Just you don't miss an opportunity to be gainfully employed. Thank you.
Somebody is asking a very interesting question. Can you buy the app and register farmers and make and manage for them? That is example, a digital marketer. That's what we talked about, affiliate program. First of all, you have to join the academy. Secondly, you can register farmers. If you want to manage for them, of course, you would have gotten the certification from our academy to be able, the training and certification to be able to do that. Mr. Dan, do you want to add to that?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. The network went off on me.
So he was asking,
what was the question? Can
somebody buy the app and register farmers and manage for them?
Okay, so that's a bit dicey. I would like to know, are you registering for them as your people under you, as more like you're managing those farms? Yes, so you can do that. Understand that the moment the bigger your farm, the more money you would. So if you subscribe now, that's better for you. But of course, you know that you're joining the academy, you're entitled to only 1 hectare. So if you have 10 farmers within the 1 hectare, you can do that, of course, by all means. And then you can, of course, use the system for more of the farmers. In fact, you can use the system to get more farmers under your portfolio and make a strong case for financing, that these are the farmers under your portfolio and you want financing for them. Provided those records are there and it's showing that you are using it and the system is making recommendations and you are following it, then you would be very liable to have some financing.
Amazing. This is amazing. Okay, somebody says I'll definitely enroll because I'm a graduate of crop science. I've been looking forward to on how to implement technology to agri since my graduation. Beautiful. This is the platform for you. We have that for you right here. So thank you everybody for joining. We don't want to drag this for too long. We have these amazing people. We have people on YouTube who are also watching. And the best thing you can do now, the action you need to take now are 3 actions. Number 1, join our community, follow us on all the social media platforms. Number 2 is to download the Farm Monitor app. You have 30 days free trial to use it. And then number 3 is which is the premium high-end action for somebody who is serious, is to join the academy. Those are the 3 things that you need to do. Expect more information from us. If you see our email, add our email to your white list so that you will not miss any of our email. Check in case it enters spam box, put it in your white list. We are going to be communicating with you continuously. Sophia, are you here? You want to quickly join in and round up for us? Okay. Oh, all right. So thank you, everybody. It's been amazing being here. Thank you. So what do you have to say? Please go to the chat area in the group, put in your questions there, and we'll be glad to answer them. Thank you so much for being here, and have a beautiful night rest.
Alpha, we touch from one on one